Hello and welcome to the Understudy. My name is Philippa, and today we are doing some practice exercises or a little quiz. This is Harmonic Organization Part 3 from Barron's AP Music Theory 3rd edition. So I will give you a question. You will be given about 5 seconds to think, and then the answer will be revealed with an explanation. However, if you need more time, you can always pause it because 5 seconds is not a lot. So grab something to write down your answers and any notes that you want to take. And if you need more time throughout, like I said, I encourage you to pause the video or just go back and do the questions again. That said, post any questions in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. And let's get started with the very first question. Question 1. The harmonic interval between the notes in the top and bottom staff in the anacrusis is a minor 6th, major 6th, perfect 8th, or perfect 4th. Correct answer is C. Both the right and the left hand are in bass clef. Therefore, the interval is in perfect 8th. Question 2. In measure 1 and measure 3, the occurrence of E natural leading to F signals that the opening of this melody is in the key of F major, F minor, E flat major, or B flat major. The opening of this key is F harmonic minor. Question 3. All of the following are also indicators of the opening tonality, except the A. F minor arpeggio in measure 2, B. Unison nature of the beginning of the excerpt, C. Key signature, or D. Anacrusis to the downbeat is so do. Correct answer is B. The key signature of 4 flats, the anacrusis of so leading to do, plus the tonic arpeggio in measure 2 are all conclusive evidence that the key is in F minor. The unison nature of the beginning of the excerpt is not. Question 4. At the end of the phrase, the tonality shifts to the A. Key of the dominant, B. Key of the subdominant, C. Parallel major key, or D. Relative major key. Correct answer is D. The phrase ends in A flat major, the relative major key. This is confirmed by the absence of E natural, the return of E flat, and by the conclusive cadence. Question 5. The cadence within the box at measure 7, as we can see here in the end, is best identified as A. Perfect authentic in A flat major, B. Imperfect authentic in F minor, half cadence in A flat major, or half cadence in E flat major. Question 6. The appropriate Roman numeral chord symbols at the cadence are A. Dominant tonic, B. Dominant 7th to major tonic, C. Second inversion tonic to dominant 7th, or subdominant to dominant. Correct answer is B. The analysis of the last two chords is dominant 7th to tonic. Questions 7 and 9 are based on the following excerpt by Corelli. So question 7. The chord progression for the first 3 chords is minor tonic to second inversion dominant 7th to minor tonic to leading tone triad first inversion to minor tonic to supertonic to minor tonic, and minor tonic to leading tone first inversion to first inversion tonic. Correct answer is D. The progression in G minor is tonic, leading tone, first inversion to first inversion tonic. Notice that the bass line ascends scale-wise by step. The progression is definitely a norm for the style, with the leading tone chord in first inversion resolving to a first inversion tonic chord. Question 8. The second chord progression can be identified as dominant first inversion to tonic to subdominant to tonic, tonic first inversion with an added seventh to a minor tonic to a minor subdominant to a major dominant, a major seventh dominant chord in first inversion, a tonic to a subdominant in first inversion to a dominant, or a dominant first inversion with a seventh to a tonic to a subdominant in first inversion to a dominant with a seventh. Correct answer is C. Be careful to correctly identify seventh chords and the inversions. As demonstrated here, this is often the only difference between the answers. Question 9. The cadence at the fermata can best be identified as A. Perfect authentic, B. Phrygian half, C. Deceptive, or D. plagal. The correct answer is B. The cadence is a Phrygian half cadence. Once you have identified the progression as a first inversion subdominant to a dominant, it is a no-brainer. Orally, the cue is the bass line descending by step from above to the dominant. Question 10. What is required to confidently determine the key? Is it A. Cadence, B. Key signature, C. Accidentals, or D. A tonic chord? Correct answer is A. The cadence is what allows us to confidently determine the key. It is the final piece of evidence. Look for all the cues, not just the key signature. 11. The leading tone chord most often is in A. Root position leading to a dominant, B. First inversion leading to tonic or tonic first inversion, C. Second inversion leading to dominant, or root position leading to subdominant. Correct answer is B. The leading tone chord is most often found in first inversion and resolves to the tonic, major or minor, in first inversion or root position. Question 12. Cadences end on only what three chords, at least in common practice style? Is it A, in the tonic, subdominant, dominant, and major, and the relatives in minor? Is it B, the tonic, supertonic, and dominant and major? Is it C, the tonic, dominant, and submediant in major? Or is it D, the tonic, supertonic, and submediant in major? Correct answer is C. Cadences end only in tonic, major or minor, dominant, or submediant. Period. If your phrase ends on a supertonic, on a mediant, or a subdominant, then you have changed key centers. The tonic function chords, the tonic and the submediant, are the destination chords and therefore the ending chords of 4 out of 6 cadences. The other two cadences end on the dominant. Let's see. So let's look at this hymn by Joseph Perry. Question 13. Cadence 1, measure 2, can be identified as A. Perfect authentic E minor, B. Imperfect authentic E minor, or C. A half cadence in G major, or D. A deceptive cadence in G major. Correct answer is A. Cadence 1 is perfect authentic in E minor. The chord progression is a second inversion minor tonic to a dominant 7th, to the tonic. The bass line is so, so, do, and the melody is may, re, do. Question 14. The cadence at measure 4 can be identified as A. Phrygian half, B. Half, C. Imperfect authentic, or D. Deceptive. Question 15. The chord in measure 3 is all of the following except A. Third inversion of a seventh chord, B. Resolves to a tonic first inversion, and then I cannot say this out loud because I will give away what inversions they are. So either C or D, both dominant chords. Correct answer is C. The chord in measure 3 is the dominant seventh chord in third inversion, meaning 4-2, not 4-3. It resolves to a tonic and first inversion because otherwise it would not correctly resolve the seventh chord. The seventh chord is So, Ti, Re, Fa, with Fa in the bass. As you know, Fa must resolve to Mi. You can also think of that as the seventh of the chord resolving down by one step. Therefore, the following dominant 4-2 must be a tonic first inversion so that Mi is in the bass. But basically, looking at these examples, you can see that they cannot be answers C and D at the same time. So it has to be one of those that are not true. Let's move on to question 16. The cadence in measure 10 is best described as a half cadence in the key of the tonic, a half cadence in the key of the dominant, a perfect authentic cadence in the key of the relative major, or an imperfect authentic cadence in the key of the subdominant. Correct answer is C. Measure 10 ends with this G major chord. That would be a mediant in our original key of E minor. Since the mediant is not a viable cadence chord, we look at the chord preceding to the G major chord and note that it is a D major with an added seventh. Since G major is the relative chord of E minor, the phrase has shifted from G ending with a perfect authentic cadence. Question 17. Measure 12 briefly implies the key of D major, D minor, B minor, E minor. Correct answer is C. Measures 11 and 12 briefly imply the key of B minor. The addition of the C sharp might make us think of D major. However, A sharp is not in the key of D major, but it is in the key of B minor. The cadence provides the evidence we need. The dominant seventh chord to the tonic in the key of B minor. Question 18. The chord progression for measure 14 is best analyzed as a subdominant to a dominant to a tonic in B minor, a major subdominant to a supertonic to a tonic in B minor, a tonic to a subdominant to a dominant in E minor, or a tonic to a subdominant in first inversion to a tonic in E minor. Correct answer is D. Measure 14 sees the return of D sharp and also E minor. The correct harmonic analysis is a minor tonic to a minor dominant subdominant in first inversion to a major dominant in E minor. Question 19. The cadence in measure 14 is A. Plagal, B. Deceptive, C. Half, or D. Phrygian half. Correct answer is D. The cadence in measure 14 is therefore a Phrygian half cadence. Question 20. All of the following progressions could be examples of imperfect authentic cadences, except we see them all ending in the tonic, so we either have the dominant in first inversion, the subdominant, the leading tone triad in first inversion, or the dominant seventh chord. Correct answer is B. The progression of the subdominant to the tonic is a plagal cadence. All the others could be example of imperfect authentic cadences since we don't know the pitch of the soprano. And that is it for this little section. So great work. And tell me how you did in the comment section. And if you have any questions, tell them there as well. I want to answer. I want to be involved in whatever your work you're doing. So I'll do my best to answer them either by making a new video or by just simply typing out the answers in the best way I can. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to go on to do the oral skills thingy next or whatever it is coming up, I think it should be the oral unit number 2. It should be out soon if it is not already. And yeah, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate all of the work that you put into this and just this coming together as a little community, learning these things, or reviewing these things, or just doing these quizzes for fun. I don't really care. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk or whatever, listening to these. I'm like seriously doubt that anyone is, so I'm just making these. If you are listening to this right now, that means that you are really important to me and you are a valued member of this community. So thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.